Okay, settle down. Settle down. We'll start. Okay. So we are done with the intro. Now we are getting started with the concepts of demand. So give a heading. Chapter 2, Unit 1, Demand. Chapter 2, Unit 1, Demand. So we'll take up Chapter 1 at the later part. Settle down fast. Finished? Settle down, stop making noise. Okay, we are also on YouTube live today. So first day, we are on the YouTube live. This session is getting YouTube live. Okay, done? Okay, close your books, listen. So first listen, later you can copy it down. So first listen. So the most important topic and the base in order to learn the concepts of economics is demand. So let us understand. See, before starting with every chapter, I would like to give an example and I will connect those examples to the concept. That is the way I usually teach in every particular chapter. Clear? So let us take up a random example. Madam, what's her name? Srimati. Okay, let's assume Srimati has her birthday tomorrow. Volume not audible. Now, audible? Online students, check with the audio video. Is everything fine before starting? Good to go. Anyone still not able to hear? Audible, right? Proper? Okay. So what's your name? I forgot. Srimati. Now let's assume that Srimati has her birthday tomorrow. Now she wanted to distribute chocolates to all her friends, like how they do it in the school now. Like on the birthday, they will get the chocolates and they will go and distribute it to every student. Now she will go to a, let's say for example, a big mega mart where the chocolates are kept. Let's assume that Reliance Trends, or let's say not Reliance Trends. Reliance Trends is for clothes. So Reliance Mega Mart. What is it, Reliance? Mega Mart. She went to Reliance Mega Mart. Let's say for example, she goes to the lane where the chocolates are kept. So she will pick up a particular chocolate packet. Let's say Kacha Mango Bite or Melody, the most famous after the PM went and gifted now. So let's assume that she took Melody chocolate. Which chocolate? Melody. Melody chocolate to give for all the classmates. Okay, now she turned behind and there is a giant teddy bear. What is it? Madam, do you like teddy bear? Sir, what stupid question you are asking for a girl. For a girl, you are asking, do you like teddy bear? Most of them, I said most of them will like it. What is it? Most of them will. Let's assume. What is it? Let's. You like teddy bear. Assumption. Because you have to fit my example now. Now, Srimati, let's assume that she likes a teddy bear. Now, being an Indian, after I like a product, after I look into the product, I will see the price tag. Now, let's assume this is the teddy bear. Copyrights reserved only to Shashi Kiran. Not Mr. Who is that Mr. Bean? Even Mr. Bean doll is much more beautiful than this. That is why I said copyrights reserved only to Shashi Kiran. Okay, we'll also write the fingers. Now let's assume the price tag says rupees 9,999 only. What is it? Rupees 9,999? Srimati, now you tell me, would you like to buy? Cheap product, sir. She don't want to buy. She will leave it. She will just pick the chocolate. She will buy the chocolate and she will come out. You know what's your name, man? Praveen. Praveen, which is your favorite car? Favorite car? You are thinking so much. Huh? A Toyota Camry. Okay, let's consider some luxurious car. Let's assume Lamborghini for a time being. Let's assume Lamborghini. What's your name? I forgot. Praveen. Now, let's say, for example, Praveen likes a Lamborghini car. Even copyrights reserved to Shashikiran. Yeah, those Lamborghini cars. Lamborghini. Now, Praveen will go to a Lamborghini showroom in Chennai. Okay, enough. Boys, enough. Now, let's say Praveen went to a Lamborghini showroom in Chennai. He will ask for the, let me say, all these features. The salesperson speaks about what is the latest feature, what is the mileage, what is the power it generates, what is that, blah, 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 everything. Now, Praveen, at last, he will ask, okay, what are the commercials part? Like, what is the price of a car? They will say, sir, just 2 crore. How much? Just 2 crore. Praveen is like, okay, I'm going to come tomorrow. We Indians will never say no upfront. I will come tomorrow. Till what time the shop is open? When is the offer? When is the festival discount comes? All this nataks and all they will do. Okay, now Praveen. Next to Praveen, what's your name, man? Hero? Huh? Rahman. Let's assume. Rahman is the son of Mukesh Ambani. Assumption. What is it? Assumption. Rahman is the son of Mukesh Ambani, and Rahman and Praveen are friends. What is it? Rahman and Praveen are? These two are friends. Now Praveen will say, hey Rahman, tomorrow is my birthday. I want you to gift a favorite car of mine. Now Rahman is like, at my home there is a fleet of cars. You tell me which one you want. I will get, hey, no, I want a new one. Last 2-3 years you didn't meet me at all during my birthday. I want my favorite car. Okay, now Rahman is least interested about the cars, but Praveen is excited because Praveen went and said to salesperson, no, I will come tomorrow. I will come. Now, on the next day, now Rahman and Praveen both will go to the same showroom. Now, the salesperson starts explaining about the car. Now, Rahman is like, hey, excuse me, stop your bakwas. What is the price of a car? Sir, just 2 crore. Come here, take this check, give that car to my friend. Now, Rahman is gifting a car to Praveen. What is it, Rahman is? I wish I had a friend like Rahman. Even I have in Bangalore, stupid fellows, my friends. To get half plate gobi manchuri also, they will think 100 times. So I should have a friend like Rahman. See, Rahman is gifting a car to Praveen. Now all these 3 examples. Now Srimati, right? Srimati, she wanted to buy a teddy bear. Now after looking into the price, she is like cheap product. She didn't buy the product. She came out just by buying a chocolates. And next Praveen went to a Lamborghini showroom. He inquired every feature, everything about it. After asking commercials, he said, I will come tomorrow. Next day with his friend Rahman, the son of Mukesh Ambani, he went and he got a car. Rahman gifted a car to Praveen. Now, in order to understand the concept of demand, there are 3 important elements. How many important elements? 3. Only when all these 3 elements are fulfilled or satisfied, then only we call it as a demand. So, which are those 3 important elements? First and foremost, desire to buy. What is it? Desire to buy. Second one, ability to pay. What is it? And the third one is willingness to spend. What is it? Willingness to spend. Now let's ask Srimati. Now after looking into a teddy bear, did you had desire to buy? I know you will say no, but you have to fit my example now. I am assuming that you like teddy bear. After looking into teddy bear, did you had a desire to buy a teddy bear? Yes. What does it say? Yes, okay. Let's assume that she had a desire to buy a teddy bear. Ability to pay just 9,999 on a teddy bear. No, sir. Who will pay 9,999 on teddy bear? No. Suppose, if you had enough money with you, were you willing to spend? Hey, say yes. I am teaching her and she is like, I know, Dettol can kill 99.99% germs. That left out 0.1%. Now, people like you and me, we will be in the class. Don't worry. Now I know that you don't like teddy bear. In my example, you like teddy bear. Just assume that you had ability to pay. No. But I had a willingness to. If I had enough money, what is it if I had? Yes, definitely. I would be willing to spend. Okay, now let's come to Praveen. Now Praveen example is realistic. Praveen, did you had a desire to buy your favorite car? Yes. Did you had ability to pay just 2 crore? That is why I have a friend. Who is my friend? Son of Mukesh Ambani. No, even I don't have ability to pay. Suppose if you had enough money with you, were you ready to spend on that favorite car? Yes. Now let's come to Rahman. Rahman, did you had desire to buy a new car? He is least interested. At his home there is a fleet of car. He don't have a desire at all. Ability to pay. What stupid questions are once again. Son of Mukesh Ambani, and you are asking that does he have ability to pay? Definitely yes. He has an ability to pay. Was he willing to spend money? Yes, that is why he gifted a car, right? Now observe. In all the three examples, one or the other condition is missing. In Srimati's example, ability to pay is missing. In Praveen's example, ability to pay is missing. In Rahman's example, desire to buy is missing. Only when all the three conditions are satisfied, desire to buy, ability to pay, willingness to spend, then only we can call it as a demand. So what are the three essential elements to consider it as a demand? Number one, ability to pay. Clear. Even if any one element is missing, that cannot be called as a demand. Now the same three conditions or three elements which I am speaking, which is also given in your ICAI material. As I said, now ICAI material is a Greek, Latin and French printed in English. So they have literally given a statement like this. Desire backed by the purchasing capacity with the willingness to spend is called demand. Let me read it once again or say it once again. Desire backed by the purchasing capacity with the willingness to spend, it is called as demand. Did you understand anything? No. Let me write it and let me decode it for you guys. See here. Desire backed by dash capacity. Purchasing capacity with the dash, with the willingness. Only that last willingness to spend alone we understood, sir. That's it. Accepted, done. Because that is the last condition here. Willingness to spend. Same to same. Observe. Desire. That is nothing but desire to buy. Backed. Along with the desire, you should also have a dash capacity. That is nothing but ability to. See, the same statement, I have broken it down into a three essential conditions. So, nothing but desire backed by the purchasing capacity. That is nothing but desire to buy and ability to. We should also have a. So, simple. The same statements, we have broken it down into three essential elements. So, which are the three essential elements to call it as a demand? Number one. Number two. Number three. Only when all the three conditions are satisfied, then only we call it as a demand. Clear? Understood? Okay, sir. What if, sir, I don't remember the three conditions in exam? Is there any other way of understanding the concept of demand? Very much yes. Or else, we can also say any commodity. What is it? Any commodity at a given point of time. What is it? At a point of time for a given price. What is it? For a given price, if customer is willing to purchase. What is it? If customer is willing to purchase, even this is called as a demand. Again, there are three elements in it. Any commodity at a given point of, for a given customer is willing to. Okay, let's underline purchase only. Now let's take up one example. Assume this is cricket bat. Which bat? MS Dhoni used in 2013 World Cup. Last ball to hit a century. To hit a six. To winning six. The last one, not century. Sorry, winning six. Now I want to sell this bat. I will say 50 lakh rupee. Now Rahman will say, sir, 60 lakh rupee. Other will say 70 lakh, 80 lakh, 90 lakh. That means any commodity, it can be anything at a given point of time. Now, at a given price. Now, okay, let's say Sashikiran, there was a demand. I will say finally, this is 1 crore rupee. How much? Rahman is ready to buy because son of Mukesh Ambani, I can buy, no worries. I want that bat. MS Dhoni, World Cup winning, last 6 he has it now, that last ball. That bat it is. I want this. Now I said 1 crore rupee. Now Rahman is ready to purchase. See, any commodity, cricket bat, at a given point of time, now, for the given price, 1 crore. If customer, that is Rahman, is ready to purchase, even this is called as a demand. The second way of understanding any commodity at a given point of, for a given, if a customer is willing to, even this is called as a demand. So either remember the three conditions or else remember the cricket bat example. See, World Cup winning cricket bat. MSD, Tala for a reason. Now World Cup winning bat. So I said 1 crore. How much is the price? 1 crore rupees. Now Rahman is ready to buy it for 1 crore rupee at any commodity. It can be anything at a given point of time. Now, present moment for the given price, if customer is ready to purchase, even that is called as what? Demand. Clear? So, what are the three essential elements of a demand? Desire to, ability to, willingness to. Even if any one single condition is not satisfied, we cannot call it as a demand. Is it clear? Or else any commodity at a given point of time for a given price, if a customer is dash, it is also called as a demand. Now let us get started with the most important topic of the demand chapter, that is determinants of demand. What is it? Determinants of demand. So what exactly does this determinants refers to? Determinants refers to factors. What is it? Which will change the demand, which will influence demand. Factors which will influence or change demand. Now this topic is extremely important. Whatever that I'm going to discuss now, even I will teach you a shortcut, and this topic and the shortcut I will be explaining, I will be even taking a reference in multiple places. So do not write, first listen, first understand. Later you can copy it down. See, the first and foremost point is price. Vitamin M. Price of a particular product. Now, whenever you are going to buy any product for that matter, the very first thing as an Indian, we look into a price. Now, let's assume, let's take up an example of chocolate, Cadbury. Sir, stupid fellow, sir, Cadbury people have increased the price. 10 rupee chocolate, now they have made it 13 rupees, sir. How much they have made it? Now you tell me, assuming in a week you are buying 5 chocolates. Now will you still buy 5 chocolates in a week? No. If the price of the product is increasing, what will happen to the demand for the product? Decreases. Okay, let's sir, why to make always Cadbury people bad? Let's make them a good fellow. Sir, instead of increasing price from 10 to 13, now they have decreased it from 5 to 7 rupee. 5 to 10 to, human error, mistakes will happen. So it was earlier at 10, they made it 13. Now from 10, they are making it 7. Now price of the product is decreasing. What is it? Price of a product is? Now every day I will buy 1 chocolate, sir. Why just only 5 days in the week? Every day. Demand will. See, this is the main thumb rule of a demand chapter. What is it? Thumb rule. So remember, first and foremost, every single time, whenever we are understanding about the demand concept, first importance should be given to price. First importance should be given to? Next, second importance should be given to? Demand. Is that clear? So remember, first and foremost importance is always given to? Second importance is given to? That means price is a primary factor. Which is the primary factor? Price is a primary factor. Next, demand is a dash factor. Secondary. Demand is a secondary factor. So remember, whenever there is a change in price, whenever there is a demand will also change. So first and foremost, which is going to change? Later, what is going to change? Can I say demand changes due to change in? That means demand is dependent on dash. This is where you will make blunders in exam. So be careful. They will ask you, dash changes due to change in dash. Demand changes due to change in. But most of them in the exam, price changes due to change in demand. The statement is option A true, option B false. A true. Next CA means come again. What is it? We love your answer, come again. So first understand the question. Which is the primary factor? Which is the secondary factor? See, secondary means dependent factor. Primary means independent factor. Price is independent. Whenever price is changing, automatically demand will change. Whenever price decreases, demand increases. Whenever demand decreases, wrong. First and foremost importance should be always given to. Later importance should be given to. Suppose first and foremost, if I say demand decreases, don't say price increases. It is wrong notion. Which notion? First and foremost importance is always given to, and this is general rule. Which rule? See, exceptions are there. Again, we will consider demand at the initial phase. I will explain. Now we are only understanding the general rule. That means we are understanding the thumb rule of the demand concept. In the thumb rule of demand concept, we have a negative relation. Which relation? See, observe, the arrow marks are in an opposite direction. If price increases, demand is. If price decreases, demand is. So dash is the primary factor. Dash is the secondary factor. So price is dependent on demand. Is it true? No, it is false. Then dash is dependent on dash. Clear? And remember, price is an important factor which affects demand to the maximum extent. What is it? It affects demand to a dash extent, maximum extent. So price is an important factor. Which factor? That will affect demand to dash extent. And remember, there is a relationship between price and demand. What is there? Relationship between? And that is expressed as a mathematical equation. Expressed as a what? And we call them as demand function. What is it called as? So what is demand function? The relationship between price and demand. What is it? The relationship between price and demand expressed in dash equation, expressed in a mathematical equation. So by the way, what exactly is this mathematical equation? 1 second, I will take this little up. I need some more space here. Wait, 1 second. Now. So what is that mathematical equation? D is equals to function of price. What is it? D is equals to? What does D stands for? P stands for? F is a functional relationship. There are two elements in the functional relationship. First one is direct relation. Which relation? And the second one is? And whatever the main thumb rule that I spoke, that is indirect relation. Which relation? So just now we spoke, whenever price increases, demand. Whenever price decreases, demand. So there is a dash relationship, indirect relationship. That is what we call as a dash rule. The main thumb rule of a demand chapter is inversely related or negatively related. And remember, in most of the circumstance, which circumstance? In most of the circumstance, there is a negative relationship, but only and only in few circumstances, only and only in, we have a positive relationship or direct relationship. That means even though when price increases, demand will still, even though when price decreases, demand will still, and only this happens in few circumstances, not in the most circumstances. That is why I said the most circumstance is a dash rule. And this is what we call exception to the thumb rule or exception to the general rule. And this is an important concept. This is where most of the time exam questions will be asked. One big heading itself is there. I will explain. In general, now just understand. The relationship between price and demand is expressed in the form of a mathematical equation that is called as a dash function. And the demand function is D is equals to function of price. And D stands for? P stands for? F is a functional relationship. There are two types of functional relationship, direct relationship and in most of the circumstances, which relationship is applicable? Indirect relationship. That means when price increases, demand. When price decreases, demand. Dash is dependent on dash. Clear? Dash is an independent factor. Dash is a dependent factor. Clear? But only and only in few circumstances, there is a direct relationship. For example, gold. See, even though gold price increases, have you ever seen your mom, chittamma, auntie, doddamma stop buying gold? No. Still demand will increase. Same way, there are few products. Even though if price decreases, still demand will decrease. I will explain that in detail. Clear up? So, as of now, just understand the main thumb rule. That is most important at the moment. Clear? So, we were discussing about determinants of demand. What are we discussing about? Those factors which will change demand or which will influence the demand. First and foremost point is the price. Price affects demand to the dash extent. And what is the main thumb rule of demand chapter? When price increases, demand. If demand decreases, wrong notion. First and foremost, importance should be given to. Later, importance should be given to. Clear? Now, listen. There is a numerical question that will come from this demand function concept, which has a connection with elasticity of demand also. At the moment, I will not explain. When I come to elasticity of demand, I will explain you a numerical problem. See, it is not just D is equals to function of price. And there is another way of expressing quantity demanded Q is equals to A minus B. What is it? A of P. And this is the equation. And I will explain. There are numerical problems which will come into a picture. All this I will explain in detail. At the moment, if I explain everything together now, from tomorrow I will stop coming to economics class. So we'll go step by step. So remember, demand function is not just D is equals to F of P. This can also be expressed as quantity demanded Q is equals to A minus B. Sir, why did you write minus? You could have written plus now, because the thumb rule is dash related. Inversely related. It always goes in an inverse way. That is why we have written minus B. What is it? Is that clear? If at all I write it as plus B, that means it becomes an exception to the rule. What is it? Clear? In general, it will be always minus B. A minus B of P. Numerical problems will also come into a picture. Is it clear? Understood? Copy this down. Still more pointers are there. At the moment, first copy this. Give a heading. Demand. Chapter 2, Unit 1. Demand. Chapter 2, Unit 1. Demand. Hello, photographer of India. You should write. Read down. Desire to buy, ability to pay, willingness to spend. And also write the example. Teddy bear example of Srimati, Praveen's Lamborghini car, and Rahman is gifting the car to Praveen. Write that, at least one liner. Wherever I'm giving example, make sure that you're also writing the example. Later, maybe after 1 month or 2 months, when you are, let me say, revising back a lot, examples will play the major role. Desire to buy, ability to pay, willingness to spend. See, this first tick mark is Srimati's teddy bear example. Second tick mark is an example of Praveen's Lamborghini car. Third tick marks, this is an example of Rahman. He is gifting a car to Praveen. Only when all the three conditions are satisfied, then only we call it as a demand. So, desire to buy, ability to pay, willingness to spend. Desire to buy, ability to pay, willingness to spend. Turned off AC. Then below that, desire backed by a purchasing capacity. Desire backed by a purchasing capacity with a willingness to spend. Desire backed by a purchasing capacity with a willingness to spend. Desire backed by a purchasing capacity with a willingness to spend. Or the second way of understanding, any commodity at a given point of time, any commodity at a given point of time for a given price, any commodity at a given point of time for a given price If a customer is willing to purchase, if a customer is willing to purchase, if a customer is willing to purchase, it is called as demand. It is called as demand. Right, that cricket bat example. MS Dhoni World Cup winning bat, 1 crore rupee. Shashi Kiran has quoted 1 crore. The person is ready to buy at the given price, given time. Done? Finished? Okay. Give a heading. Determinants of demand. Determinants of demand. Point number 1. Price. Point number 1. Price. By the way, write down the meaning of determinants also. Later you may forget. Factors which will influence demand or factors which will change demand. Factors which will influence or change demand. See, when I say change, either prices may go up or even prices may come down. Demand may also go up or demand may also come down. So basically, the demand factor we are understanding. Demand may go up or demand may come down. Factors which will influence or change demand. Factors which will influence or change demand. Point number 1, price. Point number 1, price. Point number 1, price. Write down. It is a most important factor which affects demand to a dash extent, which affects demand to the maximum extent. It is a most important factor which affects demand to the maximum extent. Can you explain determinants of demand? See, determinants refers to factors. Like this, still more factors are there. Ashwini. Ashwina or Ashwini? Asmina, sorry. Okay, Asmina. So first one is a price element there. So whenever there is a changes in factors, the demand may go up or demand may come down. That is called as determinants. So first one we explained as price. Write this thumb rule. So what is the main thumb rule? Whenever price increases, demand will decrease. Whenever price increases, demand will decrease. Whenever price decreases, demand will. So that is a main thumb rule. That is a main thumb rule. And below that, write down price is a primary factor, demand is a secondary factor. And below that, demand is dependent on price. Demand is dependent on price. Demand is dependent on price. Below that, demand function. Below that, next, demand function. Demand function. Demand function. It is the relationship between price and demand. It is a relationship between price and demand expressed in the form of mathematical equation. It is a relationship between price and demand expressed in the form of mathematical equation. It is a relationship between price and demand expressed in the form of mathematical equation. So what is the equation? D is a function of price, and that functional relationship is of two types, direct and, in most of the circumstance, which relationship? Indirect relationship. That is what the main thumb rule is all about. Price increase, demand decrease, price decrease, demand increase. But only and only in few circumstances we have a dash relationship. Direct relationship, or also called as a positive relationship. Which relation? Positive relationship. If price increase, demand will also increase. If price decrease, demand will also decrease. So one separate heading will only come, exceptions to law of demand. There I will discuss on this direct relation. Done? Finished? Finished? Okay, look at the board. Stop writing, look at the board. So next half an hour, just understand the concept. Later you can copy it down. These are the important. So first and foremost, we discussed about price. So price affects demand to dash extent. Okay, now let us go to point number 2. So point number 2 is income. What is it? Point number 2 is? Kasu, pana, duddu, money. Now, let's say, for example, I'm going for a shopping. Every single month, once I get my salary, let's assume that I go for a shopping. Let's assume my salary is 20,000. How much is my salary? 20,000. Whenever I go for a shopping, I will buy one pair of cloth. What do I buy? One pair of cloth. Now, my salary has increased. From 20,000, it has become 25,000. How much 20,000 has become? Now, you tell me, will I still go and buy only just one pair of cloth? Sir, maybe one t-shirt extra, one shoes extra, one jacket extra. That means whenever income of a consumer increases. So fine students, remember the alphabet Y in economics represents income. Whenever income of a consumer increases, demand will also. Okay, suppose now next month COVID started once again. Lockdown, half the salary. I'm not getting 25,000 salary now. I'm only getting half, 12,500 rupees of salary. Now you tell me, first question, will I go for shopping? Even by mistake, if I go for shopping, still one pair of cloth. Who will come to see in lockdown, sir? One track pant, one trouser, one t-shirt, enough. So that means whenever my income of a consumer is decreasing, automatically demanding capacity will also. Now observe the arrow marks. Arrow marks, are they in a same direction or opposite direction? Positive or negative relation? So observe, income and demand has got a dash relation. But price and demand, main thumb rule of the demand chapter, that was dash related. So this is the main logic. Remember, whenever we speak from price point of view, price and demand is inversely related, but income and demand in general is a positive relation. So income represents purchasing capacity. What does it represents? It represents. Okay, what happened? 1 second. Oi. Stylus is a problem. Huh? Purchasing capacity. So remember, income always represents dash. Income always represents. So what is this purchasing capacity? Let's take one more example. Assume, let's say Praveens mother has given 100 rupees to Praveen, and his mom said, while coming back from the class, get tomato for 100 rupees. What is it tomato for? Let's assume today 1 kg tomato is 20 rupee. For 100 rupee, how many kgs of tomato can Praveen buy? 5 kgs. Let's assume he forgot. His mom will say, okay, no worries, bring tomorrow. Next day, the price has increased from 20 rupees to 25 rupee. Now how many kg? Yesterday he had a capacity of buying 5 kg. Today That is what? Whatever the income we have in our hand, that defines how much of quantity of goods and services we can buy at the given price level. At the given. So income will always and always speak about dash capacity, purchasing capacity. And remember, whenever income increases, demand will also. Whenever income decreases, demand will also decreases. And there is a dash relationship. Positive relationship. Is that clear? Understood? So income is always earned in order to attain livelihood. Income is earned for what purpose? Livelihood. But income will always represent dash. And this word is most important. Going further, we will take this reference. So dash represents the purchasing capacity, income. Clear? So income and demand has got a dash relation. But price and demand in general has got a negative or inverse relationship. Clear? Okay, next let us go to point number 3. Your favorite point, most important, Nirmala Aunty department, which you love the most. So you tell me, when do you buy the products? When tax rates are more or tax rates are less? Hey, how come you need to contribute for nation's development na Pava Nirmala Aunty? What she will do? You should buy more when tax rates are more. What? You people are anti-nationals. Have you seen the podcast of Nitin Gadkari? Anyone speaks against the country, anyone speaks in negative of the country are anti-nationals. Anything. You should contribute more to tax. Next, Nirmala Aunty will come. If you don't contribute to tax, we will put you in jail. I was just joking. Don't take it serious. Now, in general, what happens whenever the tax rate, what is it? Whenever the tax rates are more, would you buy more goods? What happens to the demand? Decreases. Suppose if the tax rates in the country is less, what happens to the demand? See, and whatever I'm speaking, Allah, this is an indirect tax. Which tax? Yeah. Hopefully, you guys know in our country how many classifications of taxes there. Which are those? For the people who are still wondering what is that this guy is speaking about, let me explain them once. Some people are like blank. Okay, what is this? Now, in the country, in India especially, when we speak about the tax system, we have direct tax and we also have an indirect tax. So any idea on what we are going to levy direct tax? Income and wealth. What is it? Income and wealth. We have a direct tax. Indirect tax is levied on goods and. Now, most important now I have to explain you is an indirect tax. See, in India, direct tax is progressive system. What is it? What is this progressive? Income increases, tax also. Now we have a slab rate system in the country. Anyone know what is a slab rate? 0 to 3, nil, 3 to 6, 5%, 6 to 9, 10%. Like this. I'm just giving a random example. Even I have to cross check once. Now let's say for example, I think 0 to 3 only if I'm not wrong. 0 to 3 lakh, I think it is nil. 3 lakh to 6 lakh, it is 5%. 6 lakh to 9 lakh, it is 10%. 9 lakh to 12 lakh, it is 15%. 12 lakh to 15 lakh, it is 20%. 15 lakh to 18 lakh is 25. More than 18 lakh, it will be. So like the slab rate system, even for senior citizens, there is some more relaxation, 60 and above. So this is the slab rate. Suppose if you are earning less than 3 lakh, you need not to pay any direct tax. That is on income and wealth. Suppose if your income exceeds 3 lakh, let's say I am earning 4.5 lakh rupee. 4 point. First 3 lakh, nothing I am going to pay. Over and above 3 lakh, up to 4.5 is another 1.5 lakh. On that 1.5 lakh, direct tax is how much? 5%. Like this, up to 6 lakh, I will be paying 5. That means first 3 lakh, nothing. From 3 to 6, that is another 3 lakh rupee, 5%. Anything above 6 lakh rupee, I should contribute. Up to 9 lakh. So this is progressive. That means if you are earning more, your tax burden is also more. Now, next comes to indirect tax. This indirect tax is regressive. What is it? Irrespective whether you are a beggar, whether you are a rich fellow, whether you are a middle class fellow, whether you are a poor fellow, it doesn't matter. You want to buy a goods and services, you should contribute to the tax. And if you have seen it, any product that you buy, there is something called as MRP. What is this? And next to that in the bracket, there is some words, inclusive of all. That means if you are buying a product, already a tax is a part of it. That is what we call regressive. Even if you are buying a small chocolate, even if you're buying a small medicine, usually for medicines, there is no tax if I'm not wrong. And medical services, let's say, for example, when you go to a clinic, usually on the medical services, there is no tax. Maybe on the medicines up to a specific percentage, I think 5% is something is applicable, but certain medicines, I think there is a tax free. There is a different system in that. So it is regressive. If you're buying any product like paneer, milk, whatever it is, end of the day, MRP includes the tax. What is it, MRP? Maximum retail price, inclusive of all the taxes. That means it is regressive in nature. What is it? Irrespective, doesn't matter boss, whether you are a beggar, whether you are poor, whether you are rich. If you are buying that product, you have to compulsory pay the tax. That is regressive in nature. Now, under the indirect tax, what is it under the? We have two different types of indirect tax. Anyone, are you aware of this? And this, whatever I'm explaining, chapter 6, it will become useful. Production tax and product tax. What is it? Production tax and so there are two types of indirect tax. See, production tax, example, license fees. What is it? License. Suppose if you are planning to start any new manufacturing, you need to take a license. For that, you need to apply for license. You are paying a license fees. That license fees will come under the production tax. And after producing the end good, if you are selling in the market, next comes GST. GST is the product tax, or when you are importing the commodity, customs duty. So this customs duty, GST, will come under the product tax. Production tax, license fees or any kind of other fees payable to the government in order to do such business, that will come under the production tax. So now whatever the tax rate I'm speaking about in the determinants of demand, I'm speaking about the indirect tax. With respect to the direct tax, we will discuss more in chapter 6. There is something called as disposable personal income. Which income? Okay, let me also take that as a reference. DPI, we call it as disposable personal income minus direct tax. What is it? Personal income minus? So this is direct tax component that we are not referring much in the chapter 2. This comes in chapter 6. Chapter 2, we are referring to indirect taxes. Which taxes? Indirect taxes in the country. See, observe, the tax rates is basically classified into direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax is paid on what? Income and wealth. You can't pass the burden to other fellow. You should only pay. That is why we call it as a progressive. And depending upon your slab rate, you are going to pay the taxes. And you should only pay on your income and wealth. See, in our country, when you come to CA internal, there is a specific subject called as taxation, group 1, paper 3, wherein which you will speak about both direct tax as well as, see, any normal person for it matter, you will be having 5 different heads of income. How many heads of income? See, this is just a basics. I'm touching the CA inter part. Just I'm giving an overview for your general knowledge purpose. See, which are the 5 heads of income? Number 1, salary. What is it? Either a person can earn an income from salary or house property. I own a property. I'm given for a rental purpose. Every month I'm getting a rental income, or business or professional income. What is it? Business or profession. I'm running a profession like chartered accountant. I'm a doctor. I'm an engineer. I'm a lawyer. Professional income. Or I'm running a business income, or capital gains. What is it? Suppose I had a property. I sold that property. I got one huge volume of money, one bulk of money. On that you have to pay capital gains taxes. And next, which doesn't fit under any of this 4 alap. Let me say any winnings from sports, winnings from horse races, any TV competition, whichever, which will not fit under any of this 4, that will come under other incomes. Which income? Other income. So these are the 5 heads of income. After computing your income, that is total income, after considering all the 5 heads, then we are going to speak about the income and wealth tax, that is progressive tax. And this is what you will start learning. See, when you come to CA Inter, there is nothing called as assumptions, unrealistic and all. You learn more of realistic instance. What happens in day in and day out of your life? What is happening in the nation? What is the direct tax system? Who has to pay? How much is the burden? What are all the provisions? See, especially the salary is now biggest. In India, most of the people who are contributing to the direct tax, that money comes from the salaries only, salaried employee. And literally, I can say they are like a sandwich in the country. They are the actual people who are contributing to the tax, and benefits given to them is nothing. Now, Nirmala aunty set up a new trap. I don't know how many of you know it, but there is a nice trap that Nirmala aunty is setting up for this house property income through salary. I will give an example. Now let's assume if you are in a metropolitan city like Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, along with that now even they have included like something called as HRA, House Rental Allowances, HRA. What is it? House Rental. Let's assume, Shashi Kiran, let's assume I'm in Chennai. I've taken a, let me say, an home for a rent. Now, whatever rent that I'm going to pay, that is tax free, provided I have to disclose that in my tax for whom I am paying this tax. There is my landlord. Let's assume Rahman. Rahman is the owner. Now I have to say that every month, let's assume I am paying 20,000 rupees of rent to Rahman. And I should also make sure that what is the proof of payment, not in cash payment, online payment, NEF, UPI, whatever it is. And now the problem for Rahman is, if Rahman doesn't disclose this 20,000 rupees of rental income every month on month, one love letter will be sent to Rahman by tax department, because Shashi Kiran is saying that I am paying rent to whom? But Rahman should also disclose that as his income under the house property, right? Now Nirmala aunty is playing all this. Now they will give a relaxation up to 12 lakh rupees for any salaried person. You need not to pay the tax. That means in the slab rate, if your salary is less than 12 lakh, salary is less than not even a single rupee, that is only for salaried employee. Only for salaried employee. Sir, what if my salary exceeds 12 lakh? See, there is one more, section 87A. There is a rebate up to I think 70,000 or 73,000. Something is there. 12 lakh 70,000, 12.7 lakh. You will not even pay single rupee tax. If it exceeds, automatically you will pay from the 3 lakh itself. From here only the tax calculation starts. So now all this new loopholes has been bought in, new kind of regime has been bought in, new kind of system has been bought in. Now we will learn this. You will learn all of this in CA intern, and this is interesting. Just I know that you may not give me the answer, but still I'm asking you a question. Let's see how many of you can be able to answer this. Any idea in the country? We are totally 145 plus crore population. India, 145 plus crore. How many crore people are contributing to the direct tax of the country? How much? 60 crore. India will be the richest. Indian government will be the richest government in the entire world. If 60 crore people in India pays the direct tax, full richest. Indian government will be having in a treasury full richest. 40%. 2%, less than 2, it is not even 2. What is it? Less than 2%. I'm not even saying 2 crore, less than 2% of the whole population of the country is disclosing, boss, this is my income, this is what I'm earning, I'm filing my income tax returns. Have you heard about income tax returns, ITR? See, that means you have to disclose, this is what I'm earning, this is what my income statement is, this is what liable, or I'm not liable to pay government, you have only taken my money in the name of TDS, tax deducted at source. Kindly give it back. Approximately 7 crore to 8 crore people. Year by year, it is actually increasing. Earlier, hardly some 3 to 4 crore people used to file ITR. Now, last year, it has 7.5 crore or 7 crore approximately ITRs have been filed. In that 7 crore, hardly 1.7 crore people were liable to pay direct tax. In that 1.7 crore people, now majority of them comes under the heads called as salaried employees are the major contributors to the tax. That is the highest. And hardly 2%, consider 2% only. 2% of the entire population will contribute to the direct tax of the country. Just understand, 145 plus crore population, hardly 2% people will contribute to direct tax, and 98% of the people are beneficiary in the country of the 2% people. And we call ourselves, even after 79 years, developing nation since our forefathers. This is the problem with the nation. And see, even today, as per the 2011 census data, now 2027 census data is yet to come. Now census is going on still. I don't believe that even that census data, whatever the government is going to declare, I have a really doubt on it, because in most of the places, I don't know whether you have read news in Uttar Pradesh, in Delhi, in Maharashtra, in Haryana, in few of the places, there has been a report stating that whenever a person comes to collect the census data, they are not collecting the information in a proper manner. There was one such kind of incident. I was going through the article. I don't know like whether it is properly true or fabricated. But in India, yes, definitely it has happened. Even in front of me, few things have happened. Like let's say for example, in a village, there is a family. Let's assume that they don't have a toilet access. They don't have a toilet at all. They are still going for a farmland or some particular places. Any of his relative nearby, they have a toilet access. Suppose even if this fellow gets the access to the toilet at least once in a while, what is it? Once in a while, even considers, yes, there is a facility of toilet available. That is what they are marking. Even if the roofing is not there, proper roofing is not there, still old traditional huts are there, they are not marking it properly. Government is trying to manipulate the data, and this will totally lead to a blind trust on the government. Let's say, for example, whatever they are releasing, we have to believe that they are giving true statements. And in multiple places it has been reported. I have certain friends who is in the north, and when these guys went over there for the festival part and all, during that time the census people had come in his own villages. Now this guy is educated. This fellow knows it. Whenever he is going around, whenever he is watching around, one of my friend literally, he only said me this. This is what he literally witnessed. And even his father is working in one of the government school, and they are the people who are actually going to collect the data, and they have got an instruction stating that this is how you have to fill the data. Suppose if these facilities are not available, even if occasionally if it is available, you are supposed to mark it as true. I don't know to what extent it is, let me say, believable. But since my friend's father himself is a government teacher and he is the one who is actually going to collect the data, they have got the instructions from their higher authorities to state like that. That means it is total fabrication. We can't even believe on the data, whatever is being presented there, whatever is shown. Next year it is going to get released, 2027. In most of the parts of the country, still there is a poverty, still there is a miscalculations happening. And this is true. And like 100% transparency is not possible. In chapter 6, we will speak about it. National income calculation, 100% it is not a genuine data, because people, whatever data that they are sharing, that has a loop side on it. And same goes to census. So as per the last census, 47% of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. That means half of the nation, almost half of the nation will come under agriculture, and agriculture income is tax free. What is it? Agriculture income is? And any kind of agricultural tax that is up to the state government, up to them. And whatever this GK knowledge questions, whatever we are speaking, sometimes in exam the questions have come from that. And I will show in the question paper. I said now, I have 5 past attempts paper. I will simultaneously discuss in the class. I will show. State government is the authority which has a power to levy the tax on agriculture. But central government doesn't have a power. So in India, 47% of population falls under the agricultural. And it is tax free. Remaining 50%. In that 50%, hardly 7 crore people are disclosing their income tax returns. Out of that 7 crore people, hardly 1.7 to 2 crore people are the one who is actually paying the direct tax. Approximately 143 crore people are taking the benefit, and only 2 crore people are paying the direct tax. This is the state of India. And this no media is going to speak about. No one is going to educate you about. And this is the reality. That is why on each and everything we have a regressive tax system. You buy paneer, butter, masala, different tax on different item. Earlier there were certain basic goods, there was no tax at all, 0% GST, but now even 5% GST has been imposed. Even on milk products, milk-based products, masala products, popcorn, caramel popcorn. See, luxury, 18%. Sugar coating. See, regressive tax. Which tax? Regressive tax has been imposed. That means since people are not contributing in the direct manner, automatically they are taking in a regressive manner. See, now it is technically the person who is also paying the direct tax. It is a dual taxation on him now. First of all, now let's take Shashi Kiran only as an example. Directly I will come under the slab of 30%. Almost majority of the faculties who are in ArivuPro, majority of them are coming under the slab of 30% contributor. See, let's assume that if I'm just giving a random figure, don't sure this is your income, just random figure. Let's assume if you are earning 30 lakh rupee, how much? Automatically 30% goes now. First, you are contributing 30% of your annual income. Upon that, on every goods that you buy, again you are going to pay the indirect tax. And this is literally like a penalty in the country. And people don't question on this. First of all, if a person who is already contributing in the form of direct tax, then why he has to contribute in indirect tax? Okay, let's scrap this. We will take only indirect. Everyone is paying, right? Even whether you are earning, whether you are not earning, you are taking it. And again, there is a connection in chapter 7. Why direct tax system money is getting inside? What government will do with this direct tax system money? Simple. I will take from rich as a government. I will give benefits to poor. I will give benefits to poor. And see, our governments are already full on active. Free bus, free gold. Now in Tamil Nadu, they have announced that. I am very curious whether they can fulfill it. I don't think so. It can be made possible. There is really a deficit on the state. And see all this unemployment benefits. See, what is the government role? To provide employment opportunity. But what are they announcing? Unemployment benefit. 2,000 rupees every month we will pay. And I'm not speaking just in Tamil Nadu alone. Karnataka is also the same story. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Delhi, you name the state in our country today. Freebies, free. That will create much more problem. That people are not understanding. See, all that will pin down to the tax, and tax burdens will automatically go up. Who will be paying more? Direct tax, especially who? And most of the people, especially the middle class people, are the salaried people. They are the one who is getting squeezed. They are the one who is actually paying the more without getting any kind of benefits at all. Straight away, they are the one who is under the straight hit. This is the system. That is what most, see in India, the biggest trouble today is people are going to schools and colleges. For namesake, marks is there. For namesake, education is there. Literacy, don't even ask. Literacy and marks, I always consider it as two different things, not one and the same. Marks is there, but knowledge, where is there? See, these are the tax system in our country. Regressive tax though, like they're squeezing like crazily on each and every product, and petroleum products will not come under the GST at all. They are still under the VAT scheme, older schemes. There are certain list of items, still they are not under the GST. By mistake, if they come to GST, tax rates will go down. Automatically, petrol and diesel price has to go down. State government and the central government, for them, biggest source of income is the petrol, alcohol, liquor. There are certain goods, still they are not under the GST system. They are still under the old tax system called as value added tax, VAT system. See, many people doesn't even know this. Petrol is not under the GST scheme. Petrol is still under the VAT. Petrol, diesel, all the kerosene, oil items. That is under VAT scheme. Why can't government bring it to the GST? If at all they bring it to GST, highest the slab rate is. They have to charge only 18% tax, but presently they are charging more than 40-50% tax under the VAT scheme. Central government, state government, both. State government's approximately 20% of VAT is there. Central government is 18 to 24% of VAT is there. And after cess everything put together, approximately you are paying 100% tax. If you are, let me say, 110 rupees the petrol price, in this tax alone itself is 50 rupee. Base price of a petrol is 50. On that another 50 we are paying tax. This is the reality. Most of them doesn't even know this. This is how the entire country is running in India. This is the tax system. See, that is why whenever tax burden increases, what is it? Tax burden. Automatically demand for goods and services should decrease. But there are essential goods. Which goods? And these tax system and the tax burden in the country is going and hitting on the essential goods only. And even though tax rate goes up, people has to still buy that goods. Now petrol price, see one simple example, if petrol price goes up, that will have an impact on various industry. Let's say transportation industry. Once goods getting transported from place A to place B becomes expensive, automatically raw material price will also become. When raw material input price itself is more, automatically output price will also be more. End customer, you are the end of the day, you are the one who is taking the pinch. A businessman will pass his tax burden to the end customer only. Earlier you are buying a product which was 60 rupee, now it will become 65. Who is paying that? End customer. So end of the day, whether it is direct, whether it is indirect, squeezing is happening on the country's population, especially middle class of the population. Have you ever seen top 10 taxpayers in the country? Ambani's name, Adani's name. Who are your top 10 taxpayers in the country? Film stars. Yes, their name will be there. Cricketer's name will be there. Sports person's name will be there. But have you ever seen Ambani's, Adani's name in the top 10 taxpayers? No. Why? They know how to escape from this. See, they own a stake in the company. They will take a loan based on that stake in the company. Now, when he has borrowed a loan, how can you charge tax on the loan? Simple. Now, I am the owner of a company. I have some 30% stakes in my company. Remaining 70% stakes is held by others. On my stakes, I will go to bank and I will borrow the loan. And the company has to repay the loan. My stakes has been pledged in order to borrow the loan. I don't even have income. I am surviving on loan. On loan money, why will you pay tax? This is the problem. There are many things like this. You will understand. Come to CA Inter. One by one, you will understand. So, CA Foundation is just an entry level. Basics. You will learn all the realities in CA Inter. Chalo, we'll come back to the topic. Deviation happened. That's fine. So, what are the two types of taxes we have? Direct taxing. Direct taxes. Indirect taxes. And these words are important. And I will ask you this again. In the coming chapters, we will speak about this. Progressive and where is the progressive tax? On income and whatever you earn in the one whole year, that is on which you are going to pay the tax, where the burden cannot be shifted to other. You should only pay it, which is on your name. Indirect taxes, regressive, irrespective of whether you are beggar, whether you are poor, whether you are rich, whether you are middle class. If you want to buy the product, the MRP, maximum retail price, inclusive of all the taxes. Under that indirect tax also there are two classifications. Which are the two classifications? Production tax and product tax. Production tax example, license fees. Product tax example, GST and customs. Now here in the chapter 2 we are focusing on indirect tax, not on the direct tax. Will come in chapter 6. But still I have taken the example of disposable personal income. What is disposable personal income? Personal income minus the one which I am speaking here, tax, is an indirect tax, that is on goods and services. When the tax on goods and services go up, automatically prices will drop. Best example, just today morning, Apple increased all its product prices in India by almost 10 to 20%, depending upon different products. Automatically today the share prices of Apple in the US stock market has fallen down. 6% one single day the share prices have gone down. Why? They increased the prices. Now automatically the number of buyers, I am not saying that people will stop buying, but the number of buyers, that means earlier if 100 people were ready to buy, now only some 80 people will be buying it. Automatically the demand is going to fall. Rather than selling 100 cell phones, now they are able to sell only. Why did that happen? Because of tax. See, just yesterday they notified it. From today it is applicable in India. In India almost 10 to 15% of the prices of Apple products have gone up. Now automatically the effect will come on their sales. Automatically they are unable to sell more and more units. And they have said, because of all this international tension, oil price, export import policies, these prices, we have to also increase the price. End of the day, the pinch is going to come to customer. That is what happens. See, that is in case of an indirect tax. If tax rate goes up, demand goes down. If tax rate goes down, demand goes up. But in India, other way around. I don't know how many of you remember, 3-4 months back, under GST 2.0, on especially vehicles, the tax rate was reduced. But the companies took the advantage. Now companies increased their prices. Rather than vehicles to be sold for lesser price, earlier the GST percentage, they bought it down. On vehicles, let's say you are buying a car which is of 7 lakh rupee. Now it has to cost 6.2 lakh rupee. That is after the payment of tax, everything put together. Now the base price of the company, which was supposed to be 4.5 lakh, now they made it 5 lakh rupees. They increased the price of a product. In India, end of the day, whether government reduces price or government gives a benefit, end of the day, customers will not get that benefit. Either company will increase its price, or else, end of the day, customer should only pinch that burden. That is what is happening in the country. So, whenever tax rates are changing, demand for the goods and services will also change. Clear? So, this is point number 3. So point number 1 we spoke about. Point number 2 we spoke about. Income. Point number 3 is, after this next 3 points are easy. Point number 4. What is it? Climatic. See, by one or another way, due to change in climate, demand for the goods and services will also vary. Best example, your favorite product, Coca-Cola. When do you demand them more? Summer, winter, rainy? Summer, sir. Usually during the summertime, demand is more. Rainy and winter season, usually demand is less. But now they are also tackling it, sir. We'll go get, let me say, tied up with PVR. Same Coca-Cola outside 30 rupees, there 500 rupees. That is how they will squeeze it. Yes, I understand. But in general, whenever climate changes, due to change in climatic condition, even demand for goods and services will also change. Now, umbrella, when will you demand the most? And also in summer, but if you compare it to rainy, summer demand is lesser, rainy demand is. So if I have to buy a raincoat, if I buy a raincoat during summer, I get it for lesser price. Same raincoat in a rainy season, I get it at a. See, even demand for the product is also changing. Price of the product is also changing. Because of what? Climatic condition. Whenever there is a change in climate, most of the goods and services prices will also vary. Their demand will also vary. Next comes, okay, let's see how many of you can identify after price. What is it? After. If there is anything which can affect demand to the next maximum extent. What is it? Next maximum extent. That is this point number 5. And in India, though, this plays a major role. Without this, the brands, highly they are unable to succeed at all. This point number 5 plays the major. That means after the price. What is it? Second maximum extent which demand gets affected. Someone said the answer. Superb. Advertisement. Santur, mummy. One beautiful example that is, see, many of the Indian aunties went and bought Santur soap. Why? After looking that ad, oh, even I will also become young and energetic lady even after having a kid. But nothing happened. Only Santur sales increased. See, in India, advertisement plays the next level. See, day in and day out of life, wherever you turn around, the branding, advertising, see, they are going to instigate customers. What are they going to do? Now, another beautiful example, Horlicks, taller, stronger, sharper. Bullshit. I've never seen a person who has become taller after drinking Horlicks. Sharper, dumb fellow. Leave about becoming sharp, dumb fellow. And stronger, stupidity, way stronger. And they have a very beautiful tagline. I don't know how many of you have seen it. Tayari jeet ki, reality is tayari diabetes ki. The amount of sugar what it has got. And Indian moms have got one obsession. After that Boost, Horlicks or Bonvita, whatever it is, 1 spoon extra sugar also on that. I'm like, already that is a sugary drink. Upon that 1 spoon extra sugar will also come. And the way they advertise in India, I will speak about this in chapter 7 also. In India, we say that most of the advertisements are less persuasive. What is it? That means less misleading. We are not saying that we don't mislead. Yes, we will mislead, but less misleading. What is it? Wow. And FSSAI is a joke in our country. To some extent, now recently they have woken up from the sleep. Now recently they have started to send notice, misleading claim. And just yesterday I had also posted on my Instagram, Dabur. I don't know how many of you know this incident. In January, FDA, US Food and Drug Authority, and there is a manufacturing unit of Dabur in India, which is in Dadar and Nagar Haveli, where they produce all these medicines, Dabur products, Ayurvedic products, and they export it to US. They had come for inspection. Now, at the time of inspection, they found all this hygiene lapses, misuse of machines, and they noticed it. And recently, just 3 days back, US have issued an import alert to their citizens, stating all these products which is getting manufactured in India by Dabur, that has got a hygiene lapses. Wherever the manufacturing was happening, where the birds are flying around, bird droplets, that means the bird waste, that is there in the manufacturing area, and where they store these drugs, medicines, the wall is completely filled with molds, fungus, that is where they are storing, and the machineries. The particular machine has to be used only to manufacture one particular drug, but they are using for multiple drug manufacturings, and that will lead to contamination. allergies. If at all you are using the same drug, it will lead to allergies. And that is why when you go to hospital, they will ask you in the form, do you have any allergy for any medicines? They will ask you very clearly. And suppose if the machinery is used for multiple medicine manufacturing rather than one specific medicine, that will have a cross contamination. That will have allergic effects. And Dabur was red-handedly caught. And just understand, they have 14 manufacturing units in India. Out of that, in one manufacturing unit where the hygiene should be next level, where export will happen, in that place only this is the condition. And just understand, remaining 13 manufacturing units where for Indians they are going to produce goods and services in India. What will be the level of hygiene? What will be the level of maintenance? And whatever the data, records they had given to maintain that machine, they have falsified. And FDA has caught that. And international level, they have been red-handedly caught. And they have issued import alerts. And not just with the USA. Inside India also, Dabur products had some issues. For example, I don't know how many of you know this. Dabur honey. Most of them uses it. 3 years back, in 2022-2023, FSSAI has clearly issued a statement stating Dabur, Patanjali and another 13 more companies who claims to be the 100% honey. It is not 100% honey, that has a sugar syrup. Sugar liquid. Sugar syrup is mixed in the name of honey. And not just that. And in Delhi, the pollution effect was happening now. Air pollution that was extremely peak during the summer. They made one misleading advertisement stating that if at all you eat Dabur Chawanprash, the famous product of Dabur is Chawanprash. That will improve your immune system, the lung immune will increase, it will protect you from PM 2.5 pollutants. That is totally misleading claim. And you about that, they have this juice brand called as 100% real juice flavor, that Tetra Pak juice, 100 real juice that belongs to Dabur. And they claimed it as 100% real, and that is not actually 100% real. The brand name is called 100% real. Same applies with tomato ketchup. What is it? Tomato ketchup. The word tomato ketchup is a brand name that doesn't reflect the true nature. This is the problem with India. Misleading claims, misleading brands, and backside they will give the word called as tomato ketchup. That word tomato ketchup is a brand name that doesn't include the true identity of a tomato. Same 100% real juice, and FSAI said you can't use that word 100%, that is misleading. This is the problem. See, with respect to majority of the advertisements in India, they are misleading. I can keep on giving examples like this. And today in India, advertisement is one total bullshit. And believing that advertisement, people will go and buy the goods and services. See, another best example, Boost. Who is the brand ambassador of Boost? Virat Kohli. Before that, MS Dhoni, Sachin Tendulkar. Just assume. Instead of Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni. If Shashi Kiran comes with that cup like this, Boost is the secret of my energy. Will you buy that product? You will not even look into that product also. See, in India, this is the problem. Any person who comes and does the brand endorsing, now do you really think that he is going to consume that commodity? Neither he nor his family members, none of them is going to eat that. But end of the day, who is consuming it? People like you and us. See, that is one small question you need to ask for yourself. End of the day, all the cricketers, politicians, film stars, they are endorsing the product. What are they doing? What is that endorsing, by the way? We are passing information. What are we doing? Passing about the goods or services. See, just one beautiful example in India why advertisement will play a major role. Cadbury. What is Cadbury doing? Chocolate, sir. Now just assume, if you guys go and ask a chocolate with your parent, Papa, I need dairy milk, silk, I need fruit and nut. They may scold you. Stupid fellow, you have grown up now, still you are asking chocolate, but still, they will get you a chocolate. Just assume, Shashi Kiran, 32 years old buffalo. If I go and ask my dad, Daddy, I want chocolate, they will tuppify me like crazily. Stupid fellow, you should give chocolate to your kid. You are coming and asking chocolate. See, this is a major problem to Cadbury. Cadbury solved it in a very beautiful way. See, people believe that chocolate is only meant for small age group. What is it chocolate is meant for? Now you observe the Cadbury advertisement, you will hardly see the children's. You will only find adults. See, they came up with the concept of dairy milk silk. And they created one beautiful song around it. And they put a beautiful tagline. How far can you go for love? Madam, offer rejected. Okay. See, how far can you go for love? See, next, they have their own product. Dairy Milk 5-star. Cadbury 5-star. That is for singles. Eat 5-star. Same, like you people. Eat 5-star, do nothing. See, one way they say, how far can you go for? They created one song, full beautiful lit. And eat 5-star do. Ramesh, Suresh. See, advertisement is playing the major role today. Literally, see, advertisement, if it is interesting, advertisement is catchy, people will buy the product. Demand will automatically increase. If advertisement is not interesting, automatically people don't buy in the country at all. So today, advertisement is playing the next role. And you don't believe, there are certain brands, they are just playing with advertisement. Product is pathetic. I don't want to name it. Already you people have experienced it. Just because of looking into advertisement, you went and bought a product. But the product is not at all good. And there are many brands. So today, advertisement is not just passing information about the product. Advertisement is also instigating people. What is it? Advertisement is? Mountain Dew. Dar ke aage jeet hai. If you want to fly from the mountain, you should drink a Mountain Dew. Red Bull gives you wings. Full wings for hospital people. Because your bank balance will fly and go to them. That is what the wings is all about. Okay, chalo, let's go to the next point. Boys over there, look here. So what is point number 5? So remember, advertisement is always meant to pass information about the product. What is it? Advertisement has to pass what? That means, see boss, this is the product, this is what the problem is, this is what the solution we are providing. And advertisement, if it is instigating, what is that advertisement is? Automatically demand will increase. If advertisement is not instigating the customers to buy, it is not attracting. When I say instigating, instigating means what? Attractive. Best example is Santur, Mummy. See, they have come with a creative way. Now Sting, you would have seen that all stupid examples over there. Now, if at all you drink a Sting, automatically 10 floors, this guy will pick up one girl and he will climb. And that has high amount of caffeine. And people don't understand. I don't know how many of you know this or not. Recently in Karnataka, just 1 week back, a 19-year-old boy died because of drinking this Sting every single day. The stupid fellow was drinking every single day, 20 rupees. That bottle, small bottle will come, na? And that became one big news in the state, Karnataka state. Okay, chalo, let's go to the next point. Taste and preferences. Hello, excuse me, all the aunties of the class, remain silent. I know that you are liking the Sting. Now that is not actually good. High amount of caffeine is there. Okay. So point number 6. What is point number 6? Taste and. Sir, I go to that Pani Puri shop, sir, because I like the taste. Golgappa. Next level, sir. I have my sister. She likes a Golgappa a lot. Now she has one complaint, especially after COVID, especially taste has slightly changed. I said, yes, that is true. See, before COVID, his blood and sweat used to be mixed. That was the secret ingredient. That was the secret ingredient. But now he is using gloves. He is maintaining little cleanliness. And see, even I had this thought. Whenever your mom prepares dosa at home, have you ever seen it will not come that crispy like how it will come in the hotel? Because one secret ingredient is missing, broomstick. See, your mom doesn't use broomstick at home. Suppose if your mom takes that broomstick, keeps on tawa, one water coating and once that coating will come now, then it will come crispy. And see, I don't know, many of you know this or not. In Bangalore, there is a concept of masala dosa. Have you heard about masala dosa? That is most overrated now. In Bangalore now, they have killed it. And like how you have this dosa culture in Tamil Nadu. Like whenever I ask for a dosa in Tamil Nadu, I feel like I'm eating chips. That will be so thin, it will be so crispy. See, in Bangalore, the dosa culture is like only outer layer is crispy, inner layer is still fluffy. That is how the dosa culture is in Bangalore. Now today, especially after Rameshwaram Cafe has come, I know, have you heard about this brand called as Rameshwaram Cafe? Now, these guys have spoiled the entire dosa culture in Bangalore now. Now, on one single dosa, minimum there will be around 200 ml of ghee. Literally, it is like dosa, whether we have to understand whether dosa is made and later ghee is poured, or whether they are putting the dosa inside the ghee. To such extent, they have spoiled it. See, people, you don't believe. At midnight, 1 o'clock, they will go to eat that. Because why? Taste. When a person likes a taste, automatically demand will. When the person doesn't like a taste, automatically demand will. And next comes preferences. What is it? Veg, non-veg. No, there are certain people, especially on Sunday, no vegetarian. Only. See, preference, sir, I need only coffee, I don't need. See, because of taste and even demand for the goods and services will also change. Clear up? Now, especially this taste and preferences, now, this is actually playing another major role along with advertisement. What is it along with? See, it is not just advertisement. The person will endorse it. But once you go and consume that product, if you don't like the taste, if you don't prefer to buy that commodity, then advertisement is off. No use. But people gets instigated. What is it? People gets? Because of advertisement. Along with advertisement, even what should be stronger? Taste and especially, see, in India, most of the people in India are also vegetarians. Suppose, see, any Indians who is going abroad, let's say foreign trip and all, they usually search for a vegetarian food. Which food? See, in India, even today, vegetarian food is preferred. And no doubt, non-vegetarians are also existing. But India is one of the another predominant country where even vegetarian foods are sold. I don't know whether many of you know this or not. McDonald's. McDonald's sells only veg burgers in India. Outside India, there is no concept of veg burger. Now the trend of vegan has come into picture. Because of vegan trend, now they started with the vegan burgers. But if you generally observe, India is the only place where McDonald's used to sell the veg burgers. Why? Because of people's preferences. What is it, people's? See, that veg burger of McDonald's is nothing but just a sasta version of vada pav. Already there is a culture of vada pav in India. Especially Maharashtra and North India side, vada pav culture is there. Literally, they adapted the same vada pav and they made it as a veg burger because people prefer which burger? Veg burger. But if you observe McDonald's, if anyone has gone outside India, in outside Indian menu, there is no concept of veg burger. Literally, outside India, the meat culture, whatever is there, that is completely different. They don't even prefer chicken. See, chicken burgers are famous because of KFC. McDonald's has never been known for a chicken burgers at all. Hamburgers, that is what McDonald's is known for. And even Amazon. Amazon, after entering India, they introduced cash on delivery, COD concept. But earlier they tried it in Germany, it failed. They didn't become successful. But in India, to become successful, when Amazon entered Indian market, in order to create demand for their goods from the Amazon platform, they introduced them. What is that COD? That was the preferences of Indian people. See, the brand should also understand the preferences, not just understanding their taste. What do they prefer? That also matters. So, these all will impact on the demand. So, what is point number 4? Point number 5. Point number 6. Now comes the point number 7 and the most important, what India is most famous for. See, population. What is it? See, when I said what India is most famous for, population. Achievement, man. All credit goes to our grandma and great grandma. See, my grandma only, she is having 6 children. My great grandma, legend, she has one impact player also with cricket team. 12. See, my grandma has one volleyball team. My great grandma, one Indian cricket team with one impact player. That is a reality. I don't know how many of you know this. During 1947, what is it during? Hello, excuse me, girls here. See, too much of disturbance is happening because of example. Then I will cut down these examples here and there over there, last 3 benches. Hey, laptop hero. See, even if I'm calling, he's like very busy. Concentrate here. I know you have been excited after listening to the word population. Don't worry, you can't contribute more like your grandma, great grandma and all, because now cost of living has gone. For Montessori only the fees is 1.5 lakh rupee, 2 lakh rupee for just teaching ABCD also. Now people have restricted. Now see your parents only. Maximum 2 kids. Worst scenario, 3 kids. By the time you guys are at the time of having a baby, you will be like 1 or 0. And most of them, see, in today's generation, they have literally come down to like 0. Now, I don't know. That is what, see, I know that you people don't read newspaper, finance news or about the country. There is something called as fertility rate in the country. It should be an average of 2.1. What is it? Now, India's fertility rate is dropping down. It has come to 1.9. What is it? Population trend is actually going down in India. But still, we are in the highest side. We are the world's largest population. That is what? The basement for that has come from our grandma and great-grandma. But going further, year after for next 40 years or next 50 years, the trend is going to be in the decreasing side. See, any country for it matter, to maintain their existing population, they should have a fertility rate of how much? 2.1. That means an average in a country, a female should have a kid equivalent of 2. The 2.1 is the average that is taken comparing to the whole country. But India's fertility rate has gone down below 2.1. Now it is presently 1.9. That means the trend is going down. Now most of the young couples now, they are not even having a children. One, maybe the cost of living, maybe the lifestyle disorders, and even because of all this divorce rates, whatever is happening. That is on the one side. Health disorders is also on the other side. But when the nation's population rate goes below 2.1, the trend says, that is a general trend, the population starts declining over a period of time. So next to 40 to 50 years down the line, the population in the country, in India, significantly based on this data that is proving that it has significantly gone downwards. And even in China, most of the population today are 60 plus. See, when we speak about population, let's divide it based on the age group. See, based on the age group, if I have to decide 0 to 15, 15 to 60, 60 plus. See, 0 to 15 is a small age group. What is it? And this is middle age group or working class. Which class? In India, we have this middle age group population the highest. That is why India is also called as young India. What is it? That is why the consumption rate is also very high in India. Why have you ever witnessed why all these multinational companies are entering inside India? Why they want to, let's say, have their business process, that means voice, on the voice, that means telecalling, that entire setup in India. Why? Because of this younger population. Working class of the population is highest. And India is one of the highest service exporting country in the world. In India's GDP, even today, 53%. How much? 53% of our GDP comes from service sector, service exports. And especially the highest labor productivity is also there in the service sector, and most of all, India's highest population lives between the 15 to 60. Working class. That is why the demand for FMCG goods. Which goods? FMCG. Do you know what is FMCG? Fast moving consumer. In short, to make you people understand in the layman's language, all your packet foods, packed foods, ready-made foods, manufactured, all this cosmetics, that is called FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods. Their demand is extremely increasing in India. India is a consumption hub. What is it? Okay. What is India's population? 1.4 billion. 147 crore. Do you know what is population of China? I think 140, 143, roughly around this. Do you know what is the third highest populated country on the earth? Sir, we know winner and runner. We don't know about consolation prize and all. Third highest populated country, any guess? USA. Do you know what is the USA population? How much? See the gap? Sir, even if COVID come 10 times, they can't touch India. That is a strong base we have. Anyone from Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh in the country? Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. No offense, but the combined population of Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh is 38 crore. That means we don't need 28 states to give competition to USA. Just 2 states. And by the way, in this 37 crore people also, around 5 crore people are Indians only. Green card holders. Very long back they have been settled there. And see, this is the reality. And India's population is most of middle age group. Which age group? Middle age group. And that is why India is called as a young India. Still you guys are yet to get married. You guys are yet to have kids. We are projecting that India's population may go high. But the reality, I said now fertility rate has become 1 point. But any country to maintain their average population status, the fertility rate should be. Now it has gone below. But still, India is still believed to be the highest consuming country. Why? Because of middle age group population. More than 58% of India's population belongs to the 15 to 60. Still consumption is more. That is why all electronic goods, gadgets, highest sold in India. I don't know how many of you know this. Apple recently, 3 months back, released its data. You will be blown to look at this data. You know where exactly Apple products are sold more? Not India, but in India, inside India, where exactly it is sold more? Is it in big cities, districts, or taluks? Taluks, tier 3 places. See, we classify it as tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. What is this tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? Tier 1 is big cities, like metropolitan cities, developed cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Delhi. These comes under tier 1. Tier 2 is like your district headquarters. Like for example, your district head, let's say Madurai. Madurai is a district. Erode is a district. Like Osur is a district. Now that is district. That is tier 2. Tier 3 is a taluk. I don't know what you call it in Tamil. I think Mavatam means district, right? I think taluks. And Apple highest sales is happening in the tier 3 village level, not in the city level. And that is a population. Even today in India, more than 69% of population lives in villages. Hardly 31% of population lives in city. Highest sales of Apple is happening in tier 3 places, and not just that. Even today, 90% of Apple products are sold through EMI. 90% are sold through. All credit goes to which segment of population? Middle segment of population. And the last one, 60 plus, they are called as senior citizens. See, whenever the population of senior citizens and small age group is increasing, automatically hospital services, which services will go up. Especially India's highest population segment where? Middle age group. Which age group? That is why demanding capacity is also more. India is almost like a consumption capital of the world. Literally, the amount of sales what this FMCG brands are doing, especially Unilever, ITC, Procter and Gamble, highest kind of sales is happening in India. If you compare it to any of the other countries, see boss, where the population itself is not there, just assume, let me take a random example. Let's assume shampoo. In India, which type of shampoos are sold more? That 1 rupee packet or that 100 rupee bottle? Let's assume, sir, out of 147 crore, let's assume 47 crore people are 30 people, sir, they don't take head bath. Okay, let's assume, let's take round figure 100 crore. What is it, round figure? Just a random fictitious example I'm taking, 100 crore. See, in this 100 crore, let's assume head and shoulder. I'm just taking one random example, just one single company. Now see, these FMCG brands have a market share of 20% to 30%. What is it, 20% to? But still, I will just take 10% as an example. Let's say 10% is 10 crore people. In a day, they're buying 1 rupee shampoo of my company's brand. Let's say head and shoulder. That means in a one single day, my turnover is 10 crore, na? In one single day. And in a month, into 30, how much is that? Into 12. 300 into 10 is 3000. 300 plus 300, another 6000. 3600 crore of turnover by just selling 1 rupee shampoo in India, just by considering 10% market share. How much? But in reality, most of the FMCG brands have how much? 20 to 30% market share. That means you need to multiply this with another 2 or another 3, approximately 10,000 crores by just selling 1 rupee shampoo. 1 rupee shampoo product. Now, in order to achieve the same volume in the Western countries, first of all, there is no population at all. Most of the countries' population is less than 3 crore, less than 5 crore, less than 10 crore. Third highest itself is USA, 37 crore. If you consider Europe, Italy, Switzerland, Germany and all, it is less than 5 crore, less than 10 crore. Where sales volume is less. But in India, sales volume is. That is why they take advantage of Indian market. That is why most of the brands are interested to enter Indian market, because the demanding capacity is high, whenever population is going up, demanding capacity will also go up. If the population is less, demanding capacity will also be lesser. So point number 7. What is it? Point number is population. What is it? Next comes the most important and the last point. Still we can discuss, but I will end it to point number 8. Complementary and substitute goods. Which goods? Anyone would like to explain what is complementary and what is substitute goods? Explain complementary and explain substitutes. Now, by the way, what is complementary? Sir, if at all I buy some goods, they will give it free, na? Let's say I have shopped for 5,000 rupees, they gave me some free product that is complementary. Is it true? No, wrong. Then what is complementary? Hello, I don't need mass answers. Anyone who is willing to answer, please raise your hands. All 10 people will answer together. Neither anyone will completely say. Yes, go on, man. But what is complementary? Meaning of complementary? Tea and sugar. Price of sugar increases, consumption of sugar will also increase. Okay. Okay, listen. All intelligent fellows. Yes, madam, go on. Okay, without one, we can't use the another good. So, online students are goods which are consumed together. Superb. What is it? Goods which are consumed together. They are called as complementary goods. Can I take an example of bike and petrol? What is it? Bike and petrol. Accepted, huh? Okay, let's go to substitute. What do you mean by substitute goods? Instead of one, we are going to consume the. So they are called next best alternative. What is it? Next best alternative, which gives the same level of satisfaction. What is it? Which gives same level of satisfaction, that is utility. Okay, can I take an example of coffee and tea? Sir, instead of coffee, I can consume tea. Clear up. So remember, complementaries are those goods which are consumed together. Substitute goods are next best alternative which provides dash level of satisfaction. Same level of satisfaction. Clear? Okay. Now, was there any doubt in this point number 1, especially this positive relation and negative relation, demand function concept? Okay. Now listen to the question carefully and then answer. Complementary goods, are they positively related or negatively related? Substitute goods, are they positively related or negatively related? Complementary goods are positive, negative. I am getting both the answers. Okay, most of them said positive relation. Okay, substitute goods are negatively related. Okay, let us see whether you have said this correct or wrong. Okay, now let's take an example, same example, bike and petrol. Let's assume if the petrol price is increasing day by day. What is it? Petrol price is increasing. Will you buy more new bikes or lesser new bikes? How come you guys only just now said positive relation? If petrol prices are going high, we should buy more and more bikes. Hello, I didn't answer that. I am just replicating what you guys have said. Is it positive? What is it? Negative. So remember, in exam, this is where you will go wrong. Especially complementary and substitute goods concept. This is where you will make blunders. So remember, if the price of petrol is increasing, demand for new vehicles, what is it? Demand for will usually go down. Suppose if the price of petrol goes down, then demand for new vehicle will increase. Okay, sir, now petrol price is going up now. We are going for EV vehicle. Next, tomorrow government will start increasing price of electricity also. They're just waiting. You guys shift. Already now E20, E30, E85, E100. See, in my life, in next janam, if I ever want to be born as a son, I would like to born as a Nitin Gadkari son. Let Indian population go for hell. My son and his business has to grow. That is important. Ethanol plant. All that is owned by Nitin Gadkari son only. That is what literally they are like least bothered. Vehicles are getting affected. We don't mind. There is no E30 complaint vehicle at all. Whatever E20 complaint we have in the country, even that is facing the trouble. Now they're coming with flex fuel, E100, no petrol at all, complete sugarcane juice. E100. They're planning next to 2 years down the line, we don't want petrol importing at all to the country. Full complete, we'll go for flex fuel, E100. That is what they were discussing. Yesterday I was just seeing one of his press meet. They have already given a sanctions for E85. Already E85 is rolled out. Now they are making mandatory E30. Now E20 is there. Any vehicle bought before 2023 doesn't even have any complaint of ethanol complaint. They're already facing trouble. See now, slowly next when people start migrating to EV, now they will start increasing electricity price also. No worries. In India, everything is possible. End of the day, you have money, leave the country. You don't have money, then pay tax to us. Simple. Next. Okay, jokes apart, we'll come back. So, complementary goods. Negative relation or positive relation? We have a negative relation. So, complementary goods and always dash relation. Okay, next comes substitute goods. Okay, we took tea and coffee as an example. Let's assume if the price of coffee, what is it? Price, one second, I will write coffee here, wait. If the coffee prices are increasing day by day, what will you do? Will you drink tea or will you still drink coffee? I know how come you guys said negative relation, na? You should drink more coffee only. Tea demand should go down. Does it tea demand should go down? Is that true? Hello, you guys only said negative relation, na? That means if the price of coffee is increasing, tea demand should go down, na? As per your logic, negative relation is what you guys said. Sir, we said wrong, sir. That is what? What do you mean by CA? There. She's like fixed. CA means come again. Hello, CA means chartered accountant. What is it? What do you mean by CA? But if you give answers like this, CA means come again only, stupid fellow. See, substitute goods are dash related. Substitute goods are. That means if the price of one substitute good goes up, the people will prefer the second substitute. Demand for tea will. Suppose, sir, if the price of coffee decreases, then automatically demand for tea will also. Clear? Understood? Okay, there is a shortcut to remember. See, in exam, most of the places you guys will make a blunder in complementary and substitutes only. So be careful. Clear? So remember, what is my name? First alphabet in my name? Yes. Substitute goods, first alphabet? Yes. Both are positively related. Self-advertisement, what is it? Shortcut to remember in exam. By chance, if you are getting confused, don't worry. Who taught you economics? Shashi Kiran. First alphabet. Substitute good, first alphabet. Both are. If substitute is positive, complementary is. Keep this in mind. Substitute goods are positively related. See, whenever you are comparing, compare price of one product to the demand for. Don't compare price and demand for the same product. That is where you will go wrong. See, in complementary and substitute goods, we also call them as related goods. Which goods? Yeah. We always compare price of one commodity to the demand for another commodity. What is it? Price of one commodity to the demand for? Is that clear? So, complementary goods are dash related. And what is the meaning of complementary goods? Those goods which are consumed together. What is substitute? They are next best alternative which will give dash level of satisfaction. Same level of or even similar level of satisfaction. Clear? Sir, instead of 5 rupees dairy milk, I went and bought 5 rupees Kit Kat. See, even in the substitute and complementary, especially substitute, not close substitute, not close substitute, perfect substitutes, we have a different. I will explain it. Different types, I will explain it later. Is that clear? Understood? So kindly write this down. I think till price you have written, right? Kindly come, wait 1 second. I will go to my material. See, same things. Just now, whatever I explained you, now observe. Point number 1. Already have written direct and indirect relationship. Next, point number 2. Income. Point number 3. Point number 4. Point number 5. Point number 6. 7. 8. Complementary and. Kindly write this. Later I will teach you the shortcut. First write this. So give a heading. Point number 2. Income. So what does income represents? Income represents purchasing capacity, and you can also write here, income is earned to attain livelihood. Someone is scolding, very nice, you guys only, yeah? Auntie number 1, auntie number 2. Someone from Bihar has put a strong eye on me. Then income represents purchasing capacity. Below that, income is earned to attain livelihood. Kindly write that shopping example. See, wherever I have given example, kindly write that examples. Income is earned to attain livelihood. Income is earned to attain livelihood. Income represents purchasing capacity. Which capacity? Tomato example. 1 kg tomato was 20 rupee. Praveen forgot in the present day. Next day the price became 25. So he can only buy how many kg? 4 kg. Yesterday was about to buy, or yesterday had a capacity to buy 5, but today can only buy. So that is purchasing capacity. So kindly write that examples. Wherever I have given example, including example, you copy it down. And income and demand, it has got dash relationship, direct or positive relationship. Sir, in some cases, people tend to buy beyond their income level. What will happen in that case? Yes, I will explain it. The concept will come. Do not worry. That is on the credit basis. But whatever income you have, depending upon the price and income level only you can buy. We also have a concept called budget line. Beyond that, we don't go. Unless and until if you don't have a credit facility, you can't do that. Yes. Same or similar. That is why I said either same or similar level. That is why I also used the word similar. Yes, but suppose, let's say for example, you wanted coffee. There is nowhere coffee available. What would you like to drink? Either milk, badam drink or tea. What is it? Not exactly same satisfaction, but similar satisfaction. That is why either you can use the word same or similar. Done with income. Did you write both the example? Shopping example. That is the first example. Next, purchasing capacity. Tomato example. 5 kg tomato. Next day you will get only 4 kg. Okay, next, tax. Tax. So this is in case of indirect tax. The black one which I have written, this is indirect tax. And this is in terms of a direct tax. And also write that bifurcation of direct and indirect tax. If tax rate goes up, demand will decrease. If tax rate decreases, demand will increase. Since it is the very first day, I am going slow because I have to build the topics here. Usually I don't go so slow. This is slow. This is actually slow. What I am doing. Oh, you thought it is an accounts class? Huh? You will get half an hour to copy down one problem. No, someone commented, oh, is this slow? I heard that. But still, there is one beautiful advertisement in the country, which I was supposed to give example. Then I thought you people were busy, I left it. Have you seen Hammam advertisement? Hammam soap advertisement. How beautifully male and female discrimination can be made. See, entire country is silent. That one advertisement, that mom and daughter, they will go for market. Some boys will be teasing the girls. By looking that, the mom will take her daughter for karate class. After some days, the daughter will come and ask her mom, drop me today. She is like, now we are ready to go. Hammam soap will come. That will say, it protects you from germs, bloody rascal fellow. In this advertisement, who are the germs and disease? Boys, huh? Well, gender discrimination. And see, the whole country is silent. No one speaks about it. No one has an issue. Suppose, just assume if the gender was reverse. By mistake, if any company, any brand has made a misleading claim on female, by this time, all Women Welfare Association, everyone would have been in the debate in news channel. Abba. Even today, the ad is running. No one has a trouble in India. See, for boys, you call them germs and disease, fungus, COVID, volcano, zombie. They don't even mind. See, being a boy is not easy. See, we have to tolerate on all this. Done. The fourth one, climatic conditions. The fourth one, climatic condition. Write down, I will dictate. One second. Tax. Yeah, this one. This part you have to write. 1 second, wait. The slab rate system you can remove. Next to that tax, kindly write this down. This is also useful. Again, in chapter 6, we have to speak about this. Sir, can you explain Q is equals to A minus B of P? Okay. That I am going to explain when I come to elasticity of demand. There is a numerical problem over there. As of now, just understand D is equals to F of price. The same thing we have elaborated. Instead of giving it as a function of price, this price element we have split it as A minus B of P. That's it. A is autonomous, B is induced. I will explain. Dependent, independent, once again it will come. Again, Keynesian theory also has a connection there. That word minus, A minus B, this minus B is an inverse relationship which explains that. Done with this? Yeah. Direct cannot be shifted. Indirect can be shifted. That is what? End of the day, manufacturer will first pay the tax. Later, he will collect it from customers. Indirect can be shifted. Direct cannot be shifted. But kindly mark down those words. Progressive, regressive. This is important. What happened? Yeah, you can. You want it to be 18, 19? Then that is called increasing. Now you can increase the temperature. Make it 24. Done with this? Okay, next, after the tax, climatic condition. Point number 4, climatic condition. Let me dictate. You have to match with my speed now. So in the bracket, write down summer, winter, rainy. Depending upon the climatic condition, demand for the particular product varies. Depending upon the climatic condition, demand for a particular commodity varies. Demand for a particular commodity varies. Coca-Cola, raincoat, clothing, these all can be the example. Next comes your favorite point. What is it? Advertisement, which passes information to the customers, which tries to instigate them through an advertisement. Instigating, that is urgeness over the consumers to purchase the product. See, climatic condition, write on Coca-Cola, raincoat, clothing, all these are an example. Done. Taste and preference, you can straight away come, you can write that hotel, chat shop, veg, non-veg, coffee, tea, and these are easy. These 3 points, climatic condition, advertisement, taste and preference is easy. Just copy this down, I will be back. I will go use washroom and I will be back. Just write the example. That should be The handwritten one. I didn't write anything over there. Just I wrote the pointers there. See, I have just explained with an example there. Yeah. Tax slab. Slab is not required. It is not there in your syllabus. Only the types. What happened? Population. You can write that. If population of the nation increases, demanding capacity will increase. Done. Right on. Taste and preference. I didn't even write anything there. Just I wrote the word taste and preference. See, if a person likes a taste of a particular product or any particular consumable, he would wish to buy it more. He would wish to consume it more. Yeah, positive relation usually there. Yeah, if advertisement is successful, if it can be instigated, the demand will go up. That is also positive. It is not instigating the customers, demand will fall down. Now, for example, I can say that there is one more brand in the Ayurvedic that is called as, what is that? Vico. Have you heard this? Now Vico started changing its advertisement strategy. Now they have bought Alia Bhatt. But earlier, they used to have the very olden, let me say, very boring way of advertising things. People never used to buy that. Product is really good. But since their advertisement strategy, see, there is a person, I don't know, many of you have heard about him, Henry Ford. Do you know Henry Ford? The Ford Motors founder. He said, If you don't invest money on marketing, people never know about you. It's like if you are saving money by just not doing a marketing, it is like you are stopping the watch to save the time. In short, if you want to save money, that is why you are not doing a marketing. That means you are like stopping your watch in order to save time. Where will it happen? So people have to invest. End of the day, if you are good in something, you have to showcase it. You have to let to know other people. Let's say you are running a hotel. In your hotel, there is a suite, the dessert. Amazing. Only you know that. What is the use? People should know it, right? Then only they come. So marketing plays a major role. That is why I said next to price. If there is anything that can affect demand to the next maximum extent, that is always advertisement. Advertisement will create that urgeness. That means instigate the customers to come and buy. Climatic condition depends, like natural calamities that will affect on the demand. See, during certain season, during certain period, the demand goes up. During off season, the demand comes down. That means throughout the year, demand will not always go up. That is the main representation. Seasonality. You can write as seasonality. Okay, done with population. Last one, complementary substitute. This is most important. This you have to write it in proper manner. Let me dictate. Give a heading. Complementary and substitute goods. Complementary and substitute goods. Complementary, write down. Those goods which are consumed together. 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 Below that, write down, they are inversely related or negatively related. They are inversely related or negatively related. They are inversely related or negatively related. So kindly write down this bike and petrol example. They are inversely related or negatively related. They are inversely related or negatively related. Done? Next, complementary is done. Substitute goods. Substitute goods. They are next best alternative. They are next best alternatives. They are next best alternatives which gives same or similar level of satisfaction. They are next best alternative which gives same or similar level of satisfaction. They are next best alternative which gives same or similar level of satisfaction. Next line, they are positively related or directly related. See, in this, there are types of substitutes. I will explain this in cross elasticity. Clear? Done? They are next best alternative which gives same or similar level of satisfaction. Write down this example. Did you write that they are positively related or directly related? positively related or directly related. Clear? Finished? Okay. So how many determinants are there in total? 8 determinants. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, fourth, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, eighth one. Clear? See, but you have to, still more points are there, but at the moment this should be enough to understand. And whatever determinants I have discussed, this plays an important role. Hereafter I will refer this. I will take the reference of this determinants while explaining the upcoming concept, like for example law of demand, elasticity of demand, expansion, contraction, like this multiple concepts are there. Clear up? Okay, can anyone tell me all these 8 points without looking into your book randomly? I need not to get in the same order also, but I need to cover, or you guys have to say all the 8 points. Can anyone give an attempt? Wait, I will only select. If not, people will be still sitting like a stone in the class. Who is very much busy in the class? The green color shirt. Yeah, you only. Determinants of demand. What's your name? Yuvraj. Yes, Yuvraj. Go on. Determinants of demand. Price, income, tax, climatic condition, population, complementary and substitute goods. See, people forgot. They only said 6 points. 2 points they forgot. Sit down, Yuvraj. See, there is a shortcut to remember, and this shortcut I will be referring in multiple places hereafter. Clear up? The shortcut to remember is PITCAT PCs. What is it? PITCAT PCs. In this, P stands for price, I, T, C, A, another T, another P, C and S. Complementary goods are dash related, negatively related. Shashi Kiran, first alphabet, yes. If substitute is positive, complementary is. So what is the shortcut to remember determinants of demand? PITCAT PCs. So kindly write down that shortcut. You can also write this here. P stands for price, IS, income, TS, tax, CS, climatic condition, AS, advertisement, taste and preferences, population, complementary, substitute. Especially when you come to complementary, write down as negative relation, substitute, positive relation, and these two put together in your institute material, they will give it as a related goods. Which goods? Related goods. Clear? Health is going for toss on the very first day itself. No worries, but I am not going to give holiday. She is waiting, pakka, then tomorrow holiday. I will recover, but no. Okay, so today we just did with 2 topics. We just understood with the meaning of demand, and we also let me say finish with the concept of determinants of demand. So from tomorrow, slowly we'll start increasing the speed, and we will also cover more topics. Since it was a very first day, I didn't cover much. Clear? Understood? So chalo, let's wind up for the day. We'll continue tomorrow. Clear? Online students, same time. Tomorrow morning 7:30 to 12:30. Clear? Yeah, online students, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, we'll stop the recording. Bye.